Okay, we have everything. Okay, we got Battle Academia, we got everything. Okay, cool. All right, so we have Garen skins, Garen chromas. All right, guys, here we go. This is the Garen skin tier list by Rist. Okay, so we're gonna start off. I guess we'll just do it in the order here that I see. So we'll start off with Warring Kingdoms. Now, Warring Kingdoms used to be my favorite skin. Of all time when it first released for the first time. I haven't been using the skin too much because I've been preferring other choices, but I still think it's an amazing skin. The animations are really clean. Splash art's amazing too. It's I don't think it's available year round. So you definitely want to pick it up when you can get the opportunity. But yeah, the ultimate's also really cool too with the whole sound effect. So I'm trying to contemplate if I want to put it on S or A because it's either S or A tier. Yeah, we're probably let's go ahead and put it on A tier, I think. Yeah, it used to be S tier for me years ago, but now it's probably A tier. All right, let's talk about the Battle Academia chromas. I think the Battle Academia Garen skin is pretty cool. It's a pretty sleek skin. My favorite part about the skin, I think, is the sound design. I think the sound design team did a really great job with the skin. It's got really cool, it's like audibly, it's very appealing. It's definitely a significant improvement for Mecha Kingdoms, which is basically a little bit pay to lose. You know, so we got that going on, right? Yeah, we got that going on. So I think for the chroma specifically, they're gonna be a little bit all over the place. I'm personally not a big fan of the yellow myself, so I'm probably gonna put it into C tier. And the reason why I don't put it into D tier is because I think the skin still is really good, but it's just not my preference. As for the emerald, though, I think the emerald is really, really cool. How's it paid to lose? The reason why is because the ultimate, there's 3 converging lines that basically coalesce before the ultimate detonates, and it's a big visual indicator for the opponent to flash earlier. And if the opponent flashes in a timely manner, sometimes it cancels the ultimate altogether. So it's very readable. It's very, very readable in terms of cast time. Not many Garen ultimates have that type of feature. I think Mecha Kingdoms Garen is the worst offender. So for that reason, it's considered pay to lose. Alright, I like the Onyx chroma a lot. Probably one of my favorites. The floral chroma is also pretty nice. We'll probably put this in B tier. I like this one a lot too, but not that much. Probably not my top 3, so we'll put this in B tier as well. The pearl is pretty cool. Definitely like the sword a lot in pearl. So I think we'll put this up. We'll probably put it B. Yeah. I like the sapphire a lot. Sapphire is probably, I think, in my top 3. We'll probably put it in A. Alright, and then we have the teal. Teal's pretty good too. The sword from teal is really great, so I'm actually going to just go ahead and do the honorable mention for A tier here. Alright guys, now we're moving into the real skins. The real chromas here. Here we go. So first out of our Demacia Vice skin line is the We Live in a Society chroma. Definitely pretty spicy. I love Demacia Vice Garen a lot. I think all of his chromas are insanely good. So I think we're gonna go ahead and put it into. We'll probably put it into B tier. Probably not one of my favorites, but I do think the sword is really cool at least. Lister, and thanks so much for the Prime. Hope you're having a great day so far. Thanks for tuning in and supporting the channel financially. I gotta update this sub counter after this this tier list. Okay. Early birthday gift. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Alright, guys. So, next one is the yellow. I think this is probably my least favorite out of all of them. I think if Garen's hair was, like, a bit different. I personally just don't like the hair combination with the jacket, but I do think the sword is really cool, at least. It's got a little bit of, like, a dragon to it, so I think the sword is, like, the coolest part of this chroma. We'll probably put it into B tier. Now, next, we're gonna go ahead and talk about the Super Saiyan Blue. Super Saiyan Blue Neon Noir with the rainbow sword. S tier, 100%. Can't go wrong with this one. 100% S tier. Yeah, so definitely one of my favorites. It's also event exclusive, so it's a very, very rare chroma. Very, very rare chroma. All right. Also, We got the Hot Rod Flames chroma from Challenger Garen, shirtless too. Yeah, for the Kappa Pride people and the ladies out there. So I actually really like the sword a lot. I think I'm definitely cool. Definitely a big fan of the Hot Rod Flames aesthetic. So I'm gonna actually probably put it right up here because if you guys can't get the rainbow chroma, this is probably the next best one. So we'll put it into S tier. All right, next up is going to be the Kingpin Weight with the purple hair. I think this is pretty cool too. He also has like the Iron Man triangle emblem on his chest, which I think is really cool. I think it's just really good. White and purple is pretty cool. Yeah. It reminds me a lot of Good and Plenty, as you guys remember the candy here. So we'll probably put it into a... I'll probably say this is going to be a... let's put it into A tier, because it's a solid chroma. It's a really solid chroma. Next up, we have the Johnny Bravo. The Johnny Bravo. This would have been so amazing if the sunglasses were just a pure black. This would have been the Johnny Bravo chroma. I think this is exclusive if you get the bundle, so it's pretty good. We're going to put this in A tier. Only reason why it's not S tier is because I wish the sunglasses were just a plain black. Yeah, I think that's the one thing that's lacking out of all these skins. I think they should have given the blue, light blue to this chroma. They should have given the black sunglasses to the Johnny Bravo chroma. Yeah, that would have been really good. All right, next up here we have the old man Garen with the yellow and blue, the light blue. Really, really good. I like this one a lot. Kind of reminds me of Mega Man a little bit with the color palette. But yeah, we'll put this in A tier. Also really good. Yeah, so these are the top 3 chromos, I think. Obviously, besides this one, S tier. But if you guys want the 3 runner-ups, it's definitely these 2. Technically, you can buy it itself if you buy all the other chromos from the Blue Essence Emporium. Oh, you mean this one? Oh, okay, I see. All right, next up is Desert Trooper. Desert Trooper is a very, very old Garen skin. The scimitar sword is really cool. But the rest of the skin, a little dated. I think it was one of the best skins for old Garen back in the day, years ago. So honorary, we'll go ahead and put it into B tier because I think it's a pretty decent skin. Nothing too flashy about it, but the sword is really, really cool. All right, next up, we're going to get to Garen's base chromas. Now, Garen was one of the few champions that was elected to get chromas for his base model. Riot Games said they're not doing it anymore. So Garen was one of the few lucky individuals to get chromas for his base skin. So it's a really cool thing. We'll start with the red. Probably my least favorite out of the 3 chromas. But I think like the sapphire gem and the sword is really cool. So we'll give this like an honorary B. The marble white, I think, is probably my favorite of the 2. I think Garen looks really good in white, and the sword is amazing. So if you guys cannot afford... an expensive Garen skin, go for the chroma. You can't go wrong with it. Probably S tier. It's probably my favorite Garen base chroma, without a doubt. All right, next up, we're going to go for the ivory purple. The cool part about this is that Garen's sword is golden. It's really cool because Garen doesn't get too many skins or chromas where his sword's just flat out golden. Like the closest one is probably Warring Kingdom's chroma. And having the shiny golden pauldrons is just insane. So like this is another insane chroma too. I'll probably put this in S tier as well because it's a very, very flashy chroma, and you guys should definitely have it if you're a Garen main and you guys want a cheap pickup. Now I think the Warring Kingdoms chroma for Warring Kingdoms Garen is probably an insane addition. It's really, really good. His bottom piece used to be red, but then they fixed it to like some dark. It's basically like a dark gray. I think it's a general improvement. I think the red was a little bit too contrasting for the chroma originally, but I think it's a really great chroma to get. I think it's event exclusive too, so I don't think you can get it. So it's rare skin. It's definitely rare. I'll put it into the A tier right along with Warring Kingdoms Garen. We'll probably put it as the first runner-up because it is a pretty rare chroma. I don't think you can get it year-round. It's basically event exclusive, so it's a pretty rare chroma. Alright, next up is going to be Sanguine Garen. Now, you guys have heard my thoughts about this one. I love the splash art. The splash art is amazing. 10 out of 10. Would definitely have a splash art again. It's amazing. His armor is great. The scarf is great. I want to show you guys the splash art so you guys know what I'm talking about. Yeah, so automatically you guys can tell the contrast here. The armor is different. The sword's different. His skin is paler than mine. And we have like this gelled up hair. It's anybody buying this skin for the splash art, thinking it's going to translate in the game, is going to be disappointed sorely. So, like, there's so much to be desired. And the most important part about this skin that's missing is that this guy has no scarf. Look at that scarf. It's a red scarf. It's so good. Yeah, he doesn't even, yeah, the flappy thing that he has in front of here, I forget what it's called. Like, that's not even, it's like super short too. It's just, like the knee guards are completely different. It's just a completely different skin. So like, if this was based off of this, be a 10 out of 10 skin. Probably won't be one of my favorites. The sword is super cool too. But unfortunately it is not. So as a result, guys, we are putting Challenger Garen into C tier. The only redeeming factor of it is the splash art. In-game model though, it's pretty bad. So that's my qualms about Sanguine. I'm sorry to anybody who loves Sanguine in chat, but I just don't feel the same way. I'm so sorry. Next up, we're going to talk about Commando Garen, which I think is pretty cool. He's got sunglasses. The first sunglasses Garen skin before Demacia Vice, so we must honor the original skin. Other than that, it's pretty basic. The spin, like Dread Knight, I think is like a little bit more accentuated. It's a little bit more flashy. So, because of that, I think we'll put it into B tier. I think it's slightly better than Sanguine, so we'll put it into B tier as well, right up there with Desert Trooper. Next up, we're going to talk about Garen's classic base skin. I think Garen has a beautiful base skin. Probably, not definitely 300 years, but it has aged tremendously well. I think Garen's shiny pauldrons and his armor has always been one of the highlights for him having his base skin. And I think it's always good. So if you guys ever want to rock out the OG Garen, you can't go wrong with it, because his base skin is still really good too. So we'll put it into A tier, like everyone else. If you guys don't want to play skins with Garen, that's fine. His base model is super good to begin with. Next up, I'll talk about Battle Academia Classic itself. I think the base is really cool with the sword, the red sword, the yellow trim. I think sometimes when I play Battle Academia Garen, I don't even want to use a chroma.
Show them the strength of
So
Demacia.
for that, we're gonna put it into A tier, right next to Warring Kingdom's chroma. All right. No OG Season 3 Garen skin. What do you mean by that? Brianne, thanks for gifting us something, dude. You've gifted 201 gifted subs over the lifetime. Thank you so much, honey. I really do appreciate your support. All right, dude. Congratulations. You got gifted a sub from the Brianne Kichu. All right, guys. Demacia Vice Garen Classic. Hey, no, you can't go wrong with it. I don't think this requires any explanation. This is the content skin. You guys can't go wrong with it. Now, Dread Knight Garen. Dread Knight Garen is pretty cool. It's hard not to compare this to Wild Rift. Do you guys want to see Wild Rift? We'll bring this up really quickly. Okay. So, this is Wild Rift Garen in Wild Rift. I'm sorry. It's beautiful. This is one of the coolest splash arts. Unfortunately, when it comes to League of Legends, the splash art and the model is not as cool as this. So like, it's hard not to compare the skin to this, because this is downright amazing. Let's also talk about the in-game model too. Like look at this. This is gosh darn beautiful. Like look at this. Look at the inner coating. How fluffy that is. Just like his armor, the sword. It's so cool. But I still think the skin is really cool in League of Legends. Despite comparing it to Wild Rift, I think it's still a really cool skin. Yeah, I really hope that somehow they'll import this skin to League of Legends someday, because that would be downright insane. So, I think as a result, we will put Dread Knight Garen into A tier, right now next to Battle Academia. Yeah, the only qualms I have about the skin is that it's just very dated. It's a very, very dated skin. Alright, so that's my thoughts about Dread Knight Garen. Alright, guys, now for Steel Legion Garen. It's a very, very clunky skin. If you guys are not used to clunky Garen skins, you guys are going to be in for a treat. Not the best treat. I think, though, his walk, the Swag Legion Garen walk is probably the most hilarious part of the skin. So when you guys are feeling really spicy, I think there's a lot of value with Steel Legion Garen. The only issue with the skin is that almost everybody says it's a very clunky skin. It's also very bulky, too. Like, when you're playing Steel Legion Garen, you feel like you're playing, like, Cho'Gath. Or Garen with Iron of Elixir, because it's just a very, very bulky skin. So it's very jarring for a lot of people. As a result, I'm going to say we're going to put Steel Legion Garen into B tier. The reason I don't put it into C or D is probably because of how cool the swag walk is. Yeah. It's the OG Garen walk animation. Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, it's a little fun fact there. Yeah. All right, guys. So, Rugged Garen. Rugged Garen is this slim, compact Garen. It's also a very, very affordable skin. Rugged Garen is the OG, one of the OG flavor skins for Garen. It's really cool. It's got that old Lord of the Rings fantasy to it. It's a very compact skin. It's very nice. Just having the half pauldron too, it's very appealing. If you guys like slim, compact Garen skins and you guys don't like the Demacia Vice, you guys should go for Rugged. It's S tier. It's definitely one of those skins that you pick when you're roughing it. It's amazing. It's a very clean Garen skin too. You guys are looking for a clean, simple Garen skin, nothing too flashy. Rugged is your choice, your go-to. Alright, now let's talk about Mecha Kingdom's Prestige. I actually do not like Prestige over the original. I don't like it. I just think it's got too much gold, and I don't like the sword at all. Now, on top of that too, they had an option to make the Garen's passive like a glimmer gold, but it's just green, and it's just really off-putting. They could have made it a different color. They could have even made it like bright white or something like God King or something. So, on top of that too, we talked about the ultimate and how it's pay to lose. So, as a result, guys, we are actually putting Prestige in D tier. I know that's pretty crazy for Garen's only Prestige skin, but I actually do not like this over the original. Yeah, so I'll actually go ahead and skip ahead here really quickly, because I actually think the normal variant of this skin is actually better than the Prestige. However, at the same time, it is a pretty bulky skin. The animations aren't the most appealing to me, and on top of that too, the ultimate is pay to lose. So for that, we were going to be putting Mecha Kingdom's Garen Classic into C tier. Yeah. Just tune in and see the Yellow Vice Chrome on B tier. What is this slander? Oh my god. Yeah. Just preference, just preference. It's such a cool skin though. Yeah, I mean, I think visually it looks cool. But because of the pay to lose ultimate, and just how bulky it is, I think it's just like, it's not one of my preferred skins. Alright guys, so Rogue Admiral Garen, I think it's a fun skin. You know, you're playing Garen, you're playing Pirate Garen. Yarr! But I've never really been a big fan of the skin. It's affordable, it's $750, so like there's nothing too flashy or crazy about it. The sword's kind of cool. You play Garen with an eye patch, you know. But I've never really been a big fan of this skin, to be honest. And I feel, I'm sorry for anybody who feels differently about the skin, because I know some people absolutely love a Rogue Admiral, but I've just never been a big fan of this skin. I've never wanted Pirate Garen. And like the thing about this too is like whenever I see Pirate Garen, I think, okay, why can't you add some like, why couldn't we make this a 950 skin? Add some like sea elements to it, like make some like waves happen with his spin, you know, have his ultimate drop like a sea serpent coming down or something like that. This skin like could have been so much more. It accomplishes what it needed to do for a 750 skin, but personally, I really wish that it was 950 and they could have added the extra stuff to it. Yeah, so as a result, we're gonna put Rogue Admiral Garen into C tier. Now, last but not least is Garen's first legendary skin, his only legendary skin, the God King Garen. The thing about God King Garen is that his animations are vastly different from any other Garen skin, and as a result, you have to get used to them. But once you get used to them, it's a very fun skin. It's glorious. There's so many cool things about the skin, like the dance, how the line emerges from his body when he uses W, the ultimate with the double sword, and the rising lion. I was so hyped about this skin. I was insanely hyped about this skin too. It's just a really, really cool skin. It's definitely worthy of being legendary tier for Garen. Definitely worthy of being his legendary skin. And if you guys can afford it, you guys will not go wrong. It's a very, very beautiful skin. And, yeah, just everything about it is just so clean. Yeah, I definitely agree with Sunlight. It's got the coolest animations out of any Garen skin. I mean, obviously because of it being legendary tier, but I think about all the possible skin ideas we had for legendary Garen, I think God King Garen definitely meets its intended value. So as a result, if you guys do plan on getting a legendary skin, we're going to put God King Garen up there in the S tier. Because it is a fantastic legendary skin. The only nitpick, of course, is that you have to get used to the animations. Once you get used to it after a few dozen games, you're going to be good to go. You're going to be loving the skin. One of the best design skins for Garen, hands down. Absolutely. I think the only other nitpick I have is that I wish that Garen's original voice actor, Jamieson Price, voiced it. They took, what, Azir's voice actor, I think? It sounds like Azir's voice actor. I don't know if it's actually Azir's voice actor, but it sounds like Azir's voice actor. And then, like, that's the only qualm I have about the skin, playing it as long as I have. It's Yorick's voice actor? Oh, I see. That's interesting. Okay. All right. And then once we get Pool Party Garen, guys, I'm not saying it's out yet, or they announced it yet, but once we get Pool Party Garen, it's probably going to be S or A tier. Like, the problem with Garen's tier list here, the problem with all Garen skins is that Garen doesn't have enough fun skins. He needs a goofy skin. Now, people will say, oh, we got the Demacia Vice Garen. That's goofy, right? We got the same aesthetic, but I don't know. I think Garen's Demacia Vice Garen skin is... It's a cool skin for me. It might be goofy for some people, but it's cool for me. We need a fun skin. Like, Pool Party Garen fits that niche, I think. Yeah. Like, he's got the pull noodle. It's like the whiplash of the pull noodle. His W's flotation devices around him. His E is a sprinkler system. His R is a giant waterfall. It'd be so fire. Yeah. The only issue I have with gawking, it's clear for the enemy when you use W. Yeah, it's pretty readable. Yeah. Yeah, that is a minor thing, but that is noteworthy. Yeah. All right, everybody. This is my skin tier list for Garen. Hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And yeah, you don't know when Garen's next skin is going to be out, but it's going to be out sometime this year. I hope. It's running a little late. He usually averages 1 skin per year. What next skin Garen's going to get? I have no idea. Make sure to comment what skin you guys think Garen's going to get in the comments below. And we'll see you in the next one.
And when everything is upside down, when you yell but you make no sound, life is gonna